The Dead Dunes are run by a bandit gang. They call themselves Monoculous.
By growing vegetables and hunting small monsters. Supposedly, the angel of Valhalla takes the form of a white chocobo.
Hello there, stranger. Welcome to Canopus Farms. My name's Garrett. Guess you could say I run things around here. What can we do for you?
I've come to talk to your vet, Dr. Ghazal.
Ah, got it. You want to know about the Angel of Valhalla, right? Well, Dr. Ghazal's your man.
Yeah, well, that's what everyone tells me.
He's been chasing that white chocobo for over a century now. No one comes close to his passion and expertise. It's all he cares about since his daughter died.
What is it?
Ah, damn. I shouldn't have said anything about his daughter. It's not a secret or anything, but he really hates anybody talking about it. The doctor first came out here with his daughter. They planned to learn about the legend together. But about a century ago, she was killed while they were both out tracking chocobos. It was tragic. The doctor never really told the whole story of what happened. But after that, he threw himself even deeper into his research and work. Soon, it was all he cared about. But listen, promise me one thing, okay?
I won't let on that you told me. Don't worry.
Thanks. I'd appreciate it. I mean, everyone around these parts knows the story, of course, but he wouldn't like it if strangers started asking about his past. Anyway, if you're interested in seeing the legendary chocobo for yourself, Dr. Ghazal is the man you have to talk to. They say he's seen the Angel of Valhalla more than a few times. At least a chocobo that looks just like it.
Sounds like he could help.
I'd bet my hunting bow on it. Well, may nature bless you.
What do you mean?
It's just a saying we have out here in the wildlands. It means good luck. Hey, so you talked to the doctor. Hope it went okay. He's got a hell of a temper. How are things? Ghazal is actually the name of the chocobo's favorite vegetable. I guess someone called him that one day. The name stuck, for better or worse.
you want? In this village, you will find one of my assistants working nearby. Seven is what I call him.
Are you enjoying village life? So you talked to the doctor. Hope it went okay.
city was once built here. For a while, it was the center of all human culture. It appears the ruins here are all that remain of that time.
So was that our golden age? Well, judging by the state of them, it ended a long time ago.
The chaos that's destroying the world emerged right here in the Wildlands. The initial flood of chaos devastated this entire area.
So this is where it began. The beginning of the end.
You want to hear something eerie? I found large white feathers scattered in a clearing up the trail there. White as clouds they were, but stained with blood. It looked as if there'd been a violent battle. I saw chocobo eater tracks around the area. I'd recognize them anywhere. But I don't know what kind of bird it was after. The only white bird of that size I know is the white chocobo out of the stories. What would happen to the legend? I mean, if the angel ended up being killed? The tracks lead on into the middle of the ruins, but I'm not prepared to go in there alone.
Did you hear that? It sounds like the chocobo...
Calm. Stay, friend. These lands are filled with dangerous beasts. What's more, a chocobo eater rampages in the east.
If a chocobo predator's out there, there must be chocobos too.
Oh. So, you were seeking the wild chocobo. Normally, I would warn city folk from such folly, but you look capable enough. But know if you find yourself in trouble, return quickly to the high road. My people are there and will help.
I'd better move fast. This will all be in vain if the chocobo is killed. Dr. Ghazal talked about a great chaos beneath the Temple of the Goddess. What do you think?
I hope that I'm wrong about this. But I'd say that the force behind the world's destruction might be buried somewhere in that temple.
The unseen chaos. I came into contact with it just once. I still remember the feeling. It's not something that belonged in this world. It had to be stopped and destroyed. But I wasn't strong enough to stop it. The chaos came anyway, and it destroyed the world.
It came from the darkness that God cannot see. It's a distortion of the unseen realm, and there's no reason to think it won't come again.
It may be invisible to God, but it isn't to us. I'll be able to find it, if there's enough left of me to call human, that is. It's the white chocobo. I found it.
He's injured. You have to help him.
I won't turn back now. No looking back. Not a bad victory. Look at this. Why didn't he just run away? He's torn up pretty bad.
Perhaps he had to fight to protect something.
It's all right, little one. I'll help you. You're bleeding heavily. We have to stop it.
It's the white chocobo. What happened here?
He needs medical attention, and fast.
Right. I'll get the doctor. Yeah! Yep! Oh!
It's even worse than I feared. Hey, help me get him to Canopus Farms, now!
Yes,
I won't
Doctor.
let him die. Of that you have the word of Dr. Gizal. Stop loafing around! Quickly!
Hey, Hope. Do you really think that was a chocobo?
Why do you ask? It might be a subspecies, but it certainly looked like a chocobo to me.
Right, to me too. But the thing is, when I first saw it, I felt this weird familiarity.
You felt familiar with a chocobo? Maybe you just need a friend, Light.
Hey, I know what I felt. I'll follow the doc back to Canopus Farms.
I'm sorry. Dr. Gazal's in surgery right now and can't be disturbed. You'll have to wait here.
Give me some fresh water. Yeah. Okay, good, good.
As I stood there, watching the doctor try to save the chocobo's life, I knew this was no ordinary animal.
All right. Good. Good, that's it.
Not only because of the legend, I felt a connection, as if we'd fought together.
There, that's it. Easy.
But why? It made no sense.
All right.
Hang on.
It's all over. You can come see for yourself.
Light, What about the chocobo? Do you want to leave without seeing how it's doing?
Is he all right?
His wounds are cleaned and dressed, but he's still dying.
Can't you help?
Listen to me. He's half-starved. If he is to recover, he needs nutrients, vitamins, protein. But no matter what we do, we can't make him eat.
Is he that weak?
It's not a question of being weak. He's too proud. That's the problem. We've tried everything to coax him, but he simply won't accept any food from humans. The fool beast just glares at us.
That pride will kill him.
Such a stubborn bird can be none other than the Angel of Valhalla. The only human the angel will bow to is the one he recognizes as master. Perhaps he will obey you. Try it. Offer him this.
Light. It might be the chocobo's only hope. Try giving him that vegetable.
Is this all right?
Well, it looks like he recognizes you as his master. As long as we keep providing him with feed, he should recover. I say we, but of course I mean you. He will not accept help from anyone else. He has to be your responsibility and yours alone.
If I do it, will he recover?
I would bet my reputation on it. This is the bird of legend. You're destined to ride him to the fountainhead of the chaos. But before you can do that, the bird needs to be fed.
So you said. Any hints? What kind of food should I give him?
I prescribe a balanced diet of Gizal greens, quality sheep's milk, and nutritional supplements. Ask the villagers if they have any greens or milk to spare.
Thanks to the doctor, the chocobo is out of immediate danger. But he needs more treatment before he's fully recovered.
People here are so kind. In this village, everyone is always willing to pitch in and help a neighbor.
He'll become your steed. And not only that, if the legends are true, he'll be able to guide you to the temple of the goddess, and...
I heard that the White-Winged Herald has appeared in these lands, and so I came as quickly as I could. If that chocobo is truly the angel of legend, it will guide the Chosen One to the very gates of the temple.
We'll see. He'd better be useful. I was never one for keeping pets.
You should feed that white chocobo of yours with some Gazal greens. Normally we have a full crop, but with Father away I have no fertilizer to grow more. That's the last one, but you can have it.
Somehow, that doesn't surprise me. So, what are you going to do next?
Don't you worry. That chocobo is in the safest of hands, and he's bound to recover. When it comes to chocobo vets, Dr. Gazal is in a class of his own.
You could knock me down with a feather. Who'd have thought a stranger would get one over on the doctor and capture the white chocobo first?
Get one over. You have a problem with it?
No, don't get me wrong. It's just that the doctor has been doing nothing but hunt that chocobo for over a century. 100 years.
And I came along and snatched his prize away. I made him look incompetent at best.
Yeah, but look, the chocobo's here. That's the important thing. And still alive thanks to you. Everyone in this village wants to see that chocobo get better, not just the doctor. I'm pretty much in charge of this village, so if you need any help at all, you just come and talk to me. Sound good?
I purchase fresh vegetables while I'm here. Thank you.
Aw, you should eat.
A bunch of fuss buckets, aren't they? The villagers, I mean.
Everyone's been very kind and helpful.
Well, you have to be out here in the wildlands. No one who tries going it alone survives very long. Just remember, if someone scratches your back, they'll expect some back scratching in return.
I'm sorry.
How does it look? Can you help the chocobo?
Well, the doctor says he's out of immediate danger, for now. But he needs quality fodder to get his strength back.
Why, that is good news. I suppose that means you'll be wanting lots of gazelle greens then, won't you? I could give you lots normally, but we've just shipped off our latest harvest to the city, and we don't have any left.
So it's no use waiting for the next crop, right?
Actually, gazelle greens ripen ever so fast. They spring out of the ground right before your eyes, if you have fertilizer, that is. Father went off to the woods to collect fertilizer, but he still hasn't returned. He's been gone for days.
But the woods aren't that far. Could something have happened?
He does it all the time. He wanders off without a word and leaves me alone. That's why I'm not so worried. I know he'll be back, eventually.
The least he could do is tell you where he goes. It's not right. Forcing you to put on a brave front and pretend you're not worried.
Oh, you could tell? Darn it. I try so hard to pretend it's perfectly normal that he just disappears. But the truth is, I'm scared to death about him.
And you have no idea where he goes? What's his name?
His name's Cole. He said he went to the woods to look for fertilizer. The Yog Woods, I mean. If you happen to see Father, would you tell him something?
If I find a farmer called Cole, I'll send him on home.
Father headed towards Yog, where the hunting woods lie. When you find him, tell him to bring some fertilizer home.
I'll take you to the unseen void. And we meet again. Unfurl the wings of death. Got you now.
Do you know about our Dr. Sheep? He's the Wildlands resident expert on fuzzy sheep.
Come take a look at our... If anything catches your eye, pick it up and give it a try. Come back anytime.
Ah, mademoiselle. Might I have a word? I consider myself an expert in the culinary arts. That's cooking food to you. But I have not been able to practice my true skill these many years. My master taught me his greatest recipes, but together we only made them but one time. Now the world stands on the edge of destruction, and I fear I will never make them again.
I'd like to help, but about the only dish I can cook is behemoth steak on a campfire.
What I need is much simpler than that. I require only a few small but vital ingredients.
Which you can't find.
Exactement. Especially in this day and age.
All right, if I find any, I'll bring them to you.
Mademoiselle, merci beaucoup. With those ingredients, I'll once again be able to craft the masterpieces of my forebears.
Wait! Oh, blast your fuzzy hides! Where are you going? Come back, please! This is a calamity! What shall I do? What shall I do?
Having some trouble?
Trouble? I'd say. Some of my flock has fled. They've never done this before. What set them off? And of all the times for it to happen, a disaster, I say.
Let me get this straight. It's my fault your sheep ran off, and so it's my job to bring them back?
Well, I realize you meant no harm, of course, but yes, if you're volunteering, please bring my sheep back.
Well, what do they look like?
3 in total, and you'll know them when you see them. They were raised on my own patented formula and grow much larger than normal sheep. It will be a simple matter to give them a scare and drive them back home where they belong. Do this for me and I will be most grateful, and I will offer you a special reward as thanks.
I'll look forward to it.
You should, because it will be in the form of my world-famous fuzzy sheep milk. It's no ordinary milk, let me tell you. Packed with nutrients, creamy and delightful it is. And with 3 sheep, there'll be a lot of it.
That's the last of them.
On behalf of my sheep, I thank you. As promised, I present you with my sheep milk, the likes of which you won't find anywhere else. Just have to milk them. Hang on. There you go. Go on, take it. It's all for you. I tell you, if you hadn't found them, it would have been years of research down the drain.
Okay, so you're a scientist then, not just a sheep farmer?
Yes, exactly. Sheep's milk. That's my specialty. I carefully selected wild specimens and bred them for generations. I fed them a special formula I've refined over the decades, caring for them night and day. At long last, I had the fine, creamy milk I sought. And now I have the inestimable honor presenting the fruit of my labor to you, the one chosen by the Angel of Valhalla.
Chosen by the angel, huh? So, what makes you think that's me?
Oh, I can put two and two together easily enough. The reports of a white chocobo, the growing tide of chaos and monsters, all are clear signs that the end of the world is upon us. Not only that, amidst all the portents, I hear rumors of a young woman warrior with rose-colored hair, a description that matches that of the white chocobo's master in some of the tales. And just as I was pondering that, you show up. Why, it had to be destiny.
It could be a lot of things, but you believe what you want.
Oh, I will. I have long known that the milk I made here would change the fate of the world. You are the one chosen by the angel. You changed the world with every encounter, with every decision. Our meeting here was no accident.
Hey, Light, why don't you try feeding some of that to the chocobo?
Hey, excuse me. You look like you can handle a weapon. Do you want to do me a favor?
Well, that would depend.
It's no big deal, it's just... I need proof that I slayed some monster. Tall order for me, easy enough for you. I'd make it worth your while, of course. So, what do you say?
What do I get?
Chocobo feed. Special stuff. The best around. Delivered fresh from Arias Farms. Sounds good, right?
You're in luck. Chocobo feed is exactly what I need.
Hey, that's the spirit.
You think you can beat me?
Do you know about Moogles? They're creatures from fairy tale books.
You're down. I'll bring back lost time. Nothing to speak of.
I sometimes imagine what
you the Cole who owns the field?
Hmm? Who told you that name? Where'd you hear it?
From Sarala at Canopus Farms. She told me that her father, Cole, left the village to collect fertilizer from the woods, but he didn't come back.
And so you thought I was this fertilizer seeker? Is that what you're telling me? Is that right?
You still haven't answered my question.
Sure enough. But why should I give you something for nothing? I say we, you and I, engage in some give and take.
You're not gonna answer me, are you?
Not until you do something for me. The fact is, I am looking for fertilizer, which doesn't make me that coal fella mind. Anyway, it's a big job, and I could do with some help. Nah, it's simple enough work. Anyone can do it. I've already found the stuff. It just needs gathering. I've marked the locations with a shovel. All you have to do is dig the stuff up and bring it to me.
I've done what you asked. Now tell me who you are.
Of course. I'm a man of my word, and I'll tell you what you want to know. You said you are looking for Sarala's father, a man called Cole? That's right, isn't it? Now listen carefully. The Cole you seek, well, the fact is he's already dead.
He is?
Yep, that's right. I was the one who found him. He was attacked by monsters. I ran to help, but by the time I reached him, it was too late. I was standing here pondering how I was going to break the news to Sarala when you came along with your questions. I feared if I told you what happened, you'd run straight off and tell Sarala.
She has to be told sometime. Or will you keep it a secret?
Of course not. I know I can't put it off forever as much as I'd like to. Now's the time. She needs to be told the truth. Plain and simple, with no sugarcoating. I think it'll be for the best. In the long run, leastways.
For the best, huh? Tell me, when you say it would be for the best, do you mean it would be the best for Sarala? Or are you talking about yourself?
What do you mean? Why, Sarala, of course. She's a strong girl. If you ask me, she'll do far better without her old man to burden her. Yep, she'll be able to move on, stand on her own feet, and live her own life.
All right. Well, in that case, let me tell her.
You'd really do that? I'd hate to drag a stranger into this.
Maybe a stranger is exactly who she needs to hear it from.
You might be right. Very well. I'll leave it in your capable hands. That fertilizer you collected, it was Cole who found it. So, why don't you take it to Sarala as a keepsake? Oh, and one more thing. Give her a message from Cole.
You spoke to him?
Yep, just before he died in my arms. The last thing he said was, dig next to the flower. You tell her that, in those exact words.
It's a hard story to swallow, but at the very least, he really cares about Sarala. And what happens to her? I'll go back to Canopus Farms and tell Sarala the news.
Hey, first time in Yogd? My name's Darius. I like to keep on top of what's happening around here. This village is called Yogd. It's mostly hunters who live here. We survive by hunting monsters of all kinds. The people here may not look like much, but trust me, they know how to use a bow. Only the very best can join our band. We're a close-knit band of elite hunters, united by the dangers we face.
Weapons are used by the... Hi there! Now you be careful out there.
We've got lots of useful spells to fight off monsters.
We've heard stories that the heretics back in this area are
Easy, easy, easy. Calm down now.
It's a healthy-looking bird.
Why, thank you. You wouldn't believe that not so long ago, he was so injured he could barely walk.
Is that right?
Yes. He's completely better now, though. He can run like the wind, all thanks to the herb I gave him.
Must be a powerful medicine. What's it called?
Why are you so interested? Oh, you're the person who found the Angel of Valhalla, right? I think I can help you. The herb is called Yule's flower. It's a very beautiful flower that grows out east, near the ruined city.
Yule's flower, huh?
Yes. If you find one, let your chocobo graze on it. If you pick it yourself, it's not nearly as effective. Actually, speaking of that, can I ask you a favor? If you do get the Angel of Valhalla to eat some Yule's flowers, could you bring him to me afterwards?
I could, but why?
Well, it's just that I want to check something. Well, if chocobos can learn how to speak, and if the angel is smarter than the rest...
Do you really think they can talk?
No, I'm just joking. Anyway, if you do go to the ruins in the east, be careful. There are scary monsters roaming around there.
medicinal herb for... If this is Yule's flower, I should give it to my chocobo. A medicinal herb for chocobos. I think you might like this. If this is Yule's flower, I should give it to my chocobo.
The blue vines move aside only during the day, Kupo. The red vines part only during the night, Kupo. The red vines in the village stand open from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, Kupo. Now make sure you don't forget, Kupo. Goodbye, Kupo.
Are you busy?
Very busy, Kupo. Kupo, Kupo. Kupo, Kupo. It's a savior!
Hey, easy there.
Oh, savior, we've been waiting for you.
Deep in the forest, I stumbled onto a small village, the last home of the Mughals. I was just in time. Their peaceful lives were about to be shattered by a terrible menace. You mean them?
Yes, Kupo. Terrible beasts they are. They munch us poor Mughals, Kupo. Ow, ow.
And now they know where you live. You can't read me. You're down. Now. Go to hell. Death is everywhere. Your time is over. Now. Eyes to the future. Unfurl the wings of death. Guess it comes to this. You're down. Try to keep up. The goddess makes me powerful. And we meet again. Try to keep up. Now. You're down.
Light, you did it! You got rid of the monsters that were terrorizing the Mughals. That ought to be a weight off their minds. You should let them know right away.
What's all the noise for, Kupo? Some of us enjoy a little peace. It's the chief, Kupo! The Grand Poobah, Kupo! Where have you been, Kupo?
You can't really be. You're still alive? Mog, it really is you, isn't it?
Kupo, Kupo! Lightning? What?
Hey, come back! Mog, it is you, isn't it?
Who's Mog, Kupo?
What are you playing at? Is it that terrible having to see me again?
No, Kupo, I swear!
Then turn around.
Mog. Mog does not deserve to look lightning in the eye, Kupo.
Oh.
Because Mog couldn't protect Sarah, Kupo. And so...
Mog.
Kupo?
I'm glad you're all right. I was worried about you. I know what you're feeling. You've shed a lot of tears for Sarah, haven't you?
Kupo.
But blaming yourself for what happened is just gonna make her sad. You know that.
Sarah's gone, Kupo. Gone forever.
Her soul is still out there. And I promise you, I'm going to bring her back.
Really, Kupo?
Really. So listen, I need a very important favor from you.
Kupo... Popo?
There's a chance that I won't be around to meet her when she returns. I'm gonna try not to let that happen. But if it does, I want you to be there instead. She'll need someone she knows and loves waiting for her. That's more like the old Mog. Don't give up. Things are going to get better.
Welcome, Kupo! Thanks, Kupo! I'm sleepy, Kupo. Very strange, Kupo. Where have they gone?
What's the matter?
3 of my brothers are missing, Kupo. I fear they've gone astray in the woods.
When did they disappear?
10 days ago, Kupo. Can you help? Will you find our lost friends, Kupo?
Days? Shouldn't you have started searching for them already? Where did they go missing?
I don't know, Kupo, but they are not brave. I don't think they would venture out of the forest, Kupo.
Well, I suppose that narrows it down. But how can a Moogle get lost in the first place? You can all fly, right? Just take to the air, and you can find the trail from above.
You're exactly right. That's a great idea, Kupo. Why didn't any of us think of that before? We always flutter close to the ground, Kupo. To soar in the sky? I scarce imagine it.
Really? Seems like common sense to me. You can fly that high, right?
Of course, Kupo. It's just scary to go too high.
Never mind. Anyway, I'll look for your friends.
You will? Oh, thank you, Kupo. You should search at night, Kupo. In the day, they will be hidden away, Kupo.
All right, got it. Find them before sunrise. Feel the wings of death. Now. Time can't be stopped.
I can't go on, Kupo. Oh, excuse me, kind lady. Can I ask you a question? Do you know which way it is to the Moogle village, Kupo?
Leave it to me. I'll get you home.
What are you? Kupo!
Nice one, Lightning. You threw that Moogle much further than Sarah ever did.
Come and get it.
Get back to where you belong.
We'll all be reborn.
Get back to where you belong.
All right, time for this. Now. No looking back.
Thanks! That's every...
Are you gonna tell me what you need it for?
For my hunter's trial. See, I just joined the band, but I'm not officially one of the hunters. But I want to be, and fast. I've got to prove my worth by bringing back a piece of a monster. Proof of my prowess, they call it.
So, let me get this straight. You're gonna take what I collected as the proof? You just used me to cheat on the trial.
Cheating? Who said it was cheating? The rules say I can get the monster stuff by any means. That includes dealing. And there's nothing that says I can't enlist other people to help. Their trial is about who has the ability to survive, and wits are just as important as brawn. The only rule in the Wildlands is there are no rules.
Maybe that's enough to convince you, but if you're not cut out to be a hunter, you're just setting yourself up for trouble later.
I'm used to it. You know how many times I failed this test? 101. That's how many.
101?
I saw that look. You think I'm a loser, don't you?
No, I'm impressed, really. You did something few people can. To fail at something as often as you did and still get back on your feet to try again, it's a rare quality. You have real perseverance, more than I have. Forget what I said earlier. I was wrong. You are strong enough. You've got the makings of a great hunter.
Now you're making me blush. I still can't shoot an arrow further than I can spit.
Maybe not, but you're going to be a hunter anyway. And yes, maybe it will take you 101 tries, but eventually you'll succeed and bring a monster down. Drink this. Easy now.
Hello. Have you taken the time?
The villagers? Oh, right. They've been waiting, and now he's here to do that. With the...
Answer their prayers. Where'd you hear that? Ah, don't tell me. You've been talking to Garrett, haven't you? 'Tis true he's a founder of the village, but a more indiscreet man I've never known. The fact is, we've all got our own scars. A man who wanders the world searching for a wife who everyone knows is dead. A man who still yearns for his life in the city. Folk who suffer anguish they cannot name. Garrett's taken it on himself to look after everyone and try to solve all their problems. But if you ask me, the burden he bears is too much for one man.
He seemed cheerful enough. Was that an act?
He's the last survivor of the intrepid band that founded this village. To him, we're all part of his family, and he's devoted his life to trying to keep Canopus Farms together. It's not an easy road he's chosen, and there've been plenty of sad times. But why am I burdening you with our tales of woe? I don't want you thinking you're responsible for having to save Garrett and the rest. You've done plenty for us just by finding the white chocobo. People here are more hopeful than I've seen in many a year. I reckon you've saved a soul or two. But even if nothing has really changed, you mustn't think our woes are your responsibility.
night is full of dangerous beasts. Stay indoors and sleep instead.
As long as Cole is gone, they can't grow a new crop.
Well, this is a shock. A tourist?
You could say that.
Hate to break it to you, but there's nothing worth seeing in this desert. There are some ruins out there, but they ain't the type that any decent folks should go to.
Why not? Are they dangerous?
They're just breeding grounds for monsters. Well, that and home to some legendary treasure or something. The vessel that'll summon the souls of the dead and open the door to the afterlife. They call it the Holy Clavis.
Summon souls, you said? That's promising.
Bunch of nonsense if you ask me. Not that the bandits or the Order will ever give up on it, though. They've been searching for that thing forever. I don't recommend diving into those ruins for some fairy tale. Not if you don't want those bandits on your back for invading their territory.
Thanks for the warning.
Why don't you find those bandits' headquarters and see what they know? I'm sure they'll have information about the ruins and Clavis. This is just a guess, but I would imagine that most of the people... After all, why would anyone choose to live in a place like this without a good and I've looked into that Clavis for you. Apparently, it's an artifact that's thought capable of drawing the souls of the dead to it. That's about all we know. It seems the Order has been trying hard to recover the relic. In recent years, they've dispatched several parties of seculars to the desert.
But they haven't had any luck, right? It seems like the Order isn't the only one interested either. The bandits also want it.
Yes, the bandits that call this desert home. They make a living by taking what they can from the ruins and selling their finds.
Are they bandits or grave robbers? I don't know how much this Clavis is worth, but if it can be used to gather souls, it sounds pretty handy for a savior.
Yes, it's the only artifact of its type in the world. If the Order is willing to spend so many resources searching for it, it's probably worth finding. fallen. Here in the desert, when the sun goes down, many of the monsters return to their lairs.
Monsters sleeping through the night? That's a nice change.
Yes, it's quite unlike the rest of the world. Out on these sands, it's actually safer to travel at night than during the day. Though the same is not true within the ruins themselves. The unsaved dead wander those dark passages, unsleeping and unheeding of time. That's what my records say.
The dead, up and wandering around? Are you telling me that I'm facing zombies next?
More accurately, people who got lost there and then succumbed to the chaos. Their flesh and their minds have rotted away, but something still animates them, driving them to wander in the dark.
So, I better enjoy the peace and quiet while I can. I'd rather they stay at peace too.
It's a nice thought, but now, destroying them is the only way to bring them any peace. Light, you've got to draw back. There's no sense in trying to push through this sandstorm. The way was completely blocked. Something about the Clavis, considering how much time they've spent in the ruins. But be careful if you go in there. There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well, considering how they've been tracking...
So, you noticed. Yes, it looks as though they've been keeping an eye on you ever since you stepped foot in their desert.
Let 'em. We'll meet face to face soon enough. I'll see you in the new world. Keep up if you can.
The bandit settlement is just over there. You've had to take quite the long way around, haven't you? If it weren't for that sandstorm, you would have been here in no time. You're nearly... to the settlement now. I'm sure that you're looking forward to a bit of rest. But I wouldn't let your guard down if I were you. I would guess that everyone living there is part of the bandit gang.
So don't be surprised if I wake up at knife point, is that it? Fine by me. It'd give me an excuse to beat some information out of them.
You'd use yourself as bait? Just for that? I guess that's just like you. But don't let yourself get hurt, okay?
What's this? A tourist, eh? If you really want to get any of us to talk, you'd better go see Adonis first.
It appears that you aren't one of those secutors from the Order. The secutors are the greatest rivals that this gang has. Not that either side is particularly close to getting the Holy Clavis anytime soon. They'll never get it if they can't get that door unsealed.
You're not a seed hunter, are you? Then why the hell am I standing here talking to you?
The buildings here are ancient structures from another age. I don't know.
I'd say definitely criminal is close.
Unusual to see a traveler around these parts. This is Ruffian, the only settlement in the desert. It used to be a real town once, but most people have gone and given up on the bandit life. We're all that's left.
I've been surveying the desert all these long years. But I have been completely flummoxed by those cursed tablets.
Where'd you come from? You're not one of those sneaks from the Order, are you?
Well, would it really matter if I were?
No. I'm not gonna tell you a thing either way, so you might as well move on.
Guess I should have known better than to ask some lowly grunt. You're no help to me. Where's the boss?
If you think you're gonna get to meet our boss, you better learn to ask nicely.
Did I hurt your feelings? Excuse me, but would you do me the great honor of showing me the way to your boss? Please.
I don't have no help to spare for strangers. Find the boss yourself.
That kid just gives you the creeps. You know what I mean? He first came here to the desert with his folks.
What are you doing?
Nothing much. Just gilling my spots for haul to ear. Dutter do youing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
It seems to me like it's some kind of code or cipher, but I don't have enough data yet to break it.
Can't you speak normally?
Show nit. Of course I can. Look, I don't have any info about any treasure if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffet to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Meave be Lee. The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
So, sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Well, yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother? No matter how much I might unravel mysteries of the past, none of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troen even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched all my equipment in the desert. If you find any of my old things, they're yours. Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Fake them, 10.
It's a big desert, you know. Do you really expect to find his things out there in the middle of nowhere?
I'd better be able to. After running my mouth like that.
Why, hello. Looks like it's your first time to our humble home. Welcome. Do you need a guide?
That's exactly what I need. That and some answers to a few questions I have.
A woman who knows what she wants. Fire away and I'll do my best.
Rumor has it that you bandits might be able to tell me about the Holy Clavis.
So you know who we are. From what I can tell, you don't look like one of those Order lackeys, so what possible use could you have for the Clavis?
Why should I have to tell you that?
You shouldn't, and you don't. You're not one of us, so you can do whatever you want, but I won't be telling you nothing. If you want to know what we know about the Clavis, you'll just have to join our gang, Monoculus. Have you ever wanted to be a bandit? Now's your chance. Not that we let just anyone join us. But we'll at least let you try out. If you don't like that, then I think you know where the exit is. And that's all I've got to say about this. Name's Adonis, by the way. If you want to attempt the trial, just say the word. I'll explain everything you need to know.
If you want to find the Holy Clavis, it looks like there might not be much choice but joining up. I suggest talking to Adonis and finding out what his trial entails. The bandits of this desert have been exploring the ruin.
You ready to see if you've got what it takes to join Monoculus? Oh, made your decision, have you? Then let me explain what you'll have to do. There's a giant sandstorm in the desert. You've seen it, right? It's been causing us nothing but grief out here, to say the least. Make it stop. That's your test. Off you go.
Make it stop? The wind? Do you want a bandit or a holy woman?
Oh, fine. Make me explain it all. Look, that thing's not exactly natural. People call it God's wrath. It's magic or a curse or something. If you can trigger the stone monument near it, you should be able to control it, including making it go away.
If you know that, why haven't you taken care of it, instead of asking a stranger?
What, you think a human can control the weather? That's just crazy talk. Now go and give it your all. Best of luck. Beat the monster near the stone monument, and you'll get the key that activates it. And that's the last freebie you'll get from me.
So if you want into the bandit gang, you'll have to defeat a monster, get a certain key, and somehow use that monument to stop God's wrath.
Hearing what Adonis had to say about it didn't sound like anything. A normal person could do.
You're right, it's not a very fair trial. But then again, you are the savior. Doing what regular people can't comes with the job, right?
I'm ready. Are you? No looking back. I'll take you to the unseen void.
The train will leave soon.
Light, it's almost time to transport you back to the Ark, to recalibrate the time distortion.
Whether the hunter is involved in all this or not, though, that's the real question.
Here's a question for you. You here to help me or what? Can't let those monsters get too comfy. Here's a question for you. You here to help me?
In half an hour, you'll be transported back to the Ark.
Enemy sighted!
It's nearly 6. Time to iron out the distortion.
Her name was Louise.
How could I have let this happen? I just stood by and let her die. Why didn't I save her when I had the chance?
Listen, Light, we all thought it was a prank. Don't beat yourself up, okay? The blame falls on all of us. Now I just hope to never make the same mistake again.
Sarah.
It won't be long now. I'm coming home soon, aren't I?
No, wait! A reminder from Benevelza. It was just a mirage. God didn't want me to forget the bait he dangled in front of me when he asked me to be the savior. But the moment I realized that, I became aware of something else too. When I looked into Sarah's face, when I heard her voice and when I saw the promise of her return, I should have felt something, a surge of joy or warmth. But instead, I felt nothing inside. And strangely, I didn't care.
Are you doing okay, Light? Samag was alive after all, and he's been living together with the other Mughals. I'm really happy for him. That wasn't very nice, now was it? What you did to poor Mog? It looked like it hurt.
I couldn't help it. I just reacted out of instinct. I don't go in for people hugging me or Mughals, even if I'm glad to see them.
I think you actually enjoyed the hug. You just lashed out to cover your embarrassment. Am I right?
Hope, you better drop it. You're treading on dangerous ground now. It was just for a second, but I saw Sarah. I guess I must be doing something right. God decided to give me a little taste of my final reward.
You don't sound very pleased.
Ever since I woke up as the Savior, I haven't felt much of anything.
I think it's because you've been made something more than human. Something almost divine.
Wait, what do you mean?
The Savior is God's chosen servant. The Aradia is your life force now. It's the light of God himself inside every cell of your being. What I'm saying is, it's as if you're turning into a god yourself.
And when does that stop? When the end comes, will I be sitting up there in heaven with Bonavelsa himself? Not the future I want.
Hey, how's that bird doing? Of course, I speak of the white chocobo that you're caring for. Perhaps you would like to feed him some of this fortifying milk. The truth is, one of my regulars wanted it, but I just can't stand by seeing that poor creature suffer. You take it. Visit any time.
Hi. What do you... Come back again soon.
Hey there! Can I? Safe travels!
Hello there. Thank you very much.
Do you have any potions?
You're gonna be straight up.
Easy there. Be careful.
Such a resilient animal.
Will he be all right?
Let's have a look. Yes, he's doing much better. Healthy enough to be ridden, I'd say. He's on the way to a complete recovery, but you'll need to keep an eye on him for a while. I must say, he truly is a splendid specimen. I've spent 100 years caring for chocobos, and I feel as if it were all preparing me for this moment. Thank you.
He looks strong today.
Now that you've nursed the chocobo back to health, why not take him for a ride? You can explore the wildlands together.
Morning, fellow Wildlands residents. Time to wake up, take a big whiff of that fresh air, and get to work.
Sorella.
Oh, hello! Is that fertilizer from the woods? Thanks. Does that mean you met Father?
I've got some bad news.
Oh, no! Please, not that.
He left a message. His last words before he died were, "Dig next to the flower."
The flower? A box?
My dearest daughter, if this letter has found its way into your hands, it breaks my heart. But you shall not be seeing me again. I pray that you'll forgive me, but I could not bring myself to say these words to you in person. Now, I want you to know this. The vegetables that we grow in that field are the finest in all of the wildlands. Everyone who tastes them agrees. Do you know why, my daughter? Because you are the one who tends them. It's all thanks to you. Once I am dead, the farm passes to you. It's yours to do as you please. I ask only one thing of you. You know the flower that I looked after? The one that never blooms? Please, promise me you'll look after it. Keep it safe. This is my last request to you. There will be no more after this. Farewell, my dearest daughter.
Oh, Dad!
Are you all right?
Yes. Thank you for everything, for telling me the truth. Father stayed here on the farm, not because he liked it, but because he didn't want to leave me alone. He always wanted to leave this place and go on a journey.
A journey?
Yes, to find my mother. She disappeared a long time ago, but he believed she was alive, and he thought I held him back.
You shouldn't think like that.
But it's true. Look what he wrote in the letter. It's all about that stupid flower that never even blooms. He practically comes out and says he doesn't care what happens to me as long as his precious flower is safe.
What flower?
Oh, who cares? He was obsessed with it, you know? Always fussing over it. Even though it never bloomed once. What?
It is. It really is. I found it. Unbelievable.
Who are you?
Why, who cares who I am? Behold, the Serrala rosa, genus Muncius, the flower of legend, said to bloom once every 500 years.
What? Serrala?
Yes, yes. Serrala rosa Muncius. In the ancient tongue, it means for the love of my daughter. The legend says that any place that it blooms will be blessed with great fortune and prosperity forever. I must leave you now and write my paper before my rivals beat me to it. Cornelia is my name, and plant biology is my game. Goodbye and good luck.
Serrala. He must have named you after the flower. For good luck and prosperity.
Yes. Oh, Dad. Oh, right. You wanted some greens, didn't you? You can borrow my field if you like, to grow some of your own.
I'm not a farmer.
You'll soon get the hang of it. You just need dirt, which I've got. And we've got the fertilizer that Father found. There you go. Can you see? The spots where I spread the fertilizer. Just plant seeds there and Gazal greens will sprout thick as weeds. Here, I'll give you your first seeds. The better the fertilizer, the more greens you can grow. Go find some and bring it back here. Very nice. That's good fertilizer you found. Now you'll be able to grow an even bigger crop of greens. Very nice. That's good fertilizer you found. Now you'll be able to grow an even bigger crop of greens. Oh, it's a shame. Very nice. That's good fertilizer.
to stay?
Come again.
Hey, Light, why don't you...
Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come on, get well. Come on, get well.
As you ride.
Time claims us all. You disgust me. rose flower. They tell me this will make you strong. Here, eat it. Well, looks like it works. Nadia's the one who told me about the flower, and she's anxious to see you. Let's go to Yogd and thank her in person. What is it? You're getting better. Good. I'm happy to hear it.
I'm glad you could help the Chocobo. Well done, Light. So, what do you say? Why don't you saddle up and head for Rocky Crag?
Right. I need to know more about what's behind the story of the Great Chaos. And that means checking out that temple.
In the foothills near the temple is an isolated settlement called Polta. It's inhabited by disciples of the goddess Etro.
A whole village of heretics who've turned their backs on the Order.
Heretics they may be, but they aren't fanatics. They fled from persecution in the city. They only want to be left alone.
Then, I don't think they'll appreciate a stranger dropping by.
Well, you won't know until you go. Polta lies at the edge of Rocky Crag. Light, I've been measuring your Chocobo's recovery. He's coming along well. He can leap further and higher than before. This means you'll be able to explore more areas of the wildlands. The Chocobo can now catch the wind when he jumps. You'll be able to reach more places than you could before. I think if his recovery continues, he'll be able to take you up that cliff and into the Temple of the Goddess. Somewhere in this area stands a remote village, which is inhabited by followers of Etro. They were run out of the cities for being heretics, and fled here, a land blighted by the goddess's temple, where no others dare to tread.
Here I shall stay and pray while I wait for the end of the world to come.
We are not fanatics. We only wish to return to a natural way.
Could that be? Is that the Angel of Legends? The White Chocobo! I am one of the believers, awaiting the world's end. And you are the bringer of the end. That creature with feathers of white will lead you toward your destined path. Now is the time. You must make your way to the temple. I will stand right here, praying for your safety and for your soul.
The Chocobo is fully recovered from his wounds. I think it's time, Light. Fate has brought you this far, and the Chocobo is ready to take you the rest of the way. Go to the temple. Find the source of the great chaos.
Look at the angel soar!
Your mission was to bring me here, to the gates of this temple, and you've completed that task. From here on in, I go it alone. What happens next is the Savior's job.
The Temple of the Goddess. It was not originally a part of this world, but was left here when Valhalla fell. Legends tell us that the great chaos sleeps within this temple's walls. It would most likely refer to the power that has destroyed this world.
The unseen chaos that has torn the world apart, and it was unleashed by one man, all because he wanted to stop time for a girl he loved. Caius Ballad. If only I could have stopped him earlier. But I didn't.